what's your feelings around what organisations really now need to be doing?
Yeah, I think some of the issues that we've heard about today are very much focused on the cultural. I think when it comes specifically to gender, there are some structural barriers. So if we focus on the more pragmatic side of the argument rather than the much more difficult, which is cultural acceptance, but if we think about structural opportunities, there is so many low-hanging fruit. I mean, we've heard about smart working, you know, in a technology age where you have work-life integration issues, and we know there's a danger zone for women between roughly the age of 30 and 45, where it just becomes too difficult. If we can normalise that so that it's participated in equally across the gender set, then that's very helpful. Because it doesn't stigmatise it. And I was on the smart working stream and went to the advisory council to work out what we should call it. And we deliberated over agile, flexible, smart, dynamic, to follow Barclays. And it was deemed that smart was the most masculine and probably the most likely for people to participate in. And therefore, we named it smart. So, you know, we're going to sort of granular level to affect change. Performance retention of track record. There's a work stream that Luba and myself have worked on recently where the 3-year number, the industry has become obsessed with the fund manager's track record and how they can perform through an economic cycle. How much return did they generate for the risk that they took on? And evidencing that and providing consistency of track record around that has become very important for deployment of assets within the industry, which is a mark of success for your strategy. It goes beyond just performance, it's also size of strategy. So I think there's two very easy ones there where we can create a framework and standard where the industry can come together and say, we will support you through continuity interruption, because there's very few industries that require the same level of continuity as fund management because of that 3-year number. Now 5 years becoming increasingly important. And so when you have a career interruption through having a family or whatever it may be, then it becomes a hiatus for you in your ability to actually progress. So I think having a clear framework that people, from the asset owners to the consultants to the asset managers, subscribe to is very helpful because it sends a clear message that life choices are supported. And then I think progressive parental leave policies as well. So there's 3 really easy ones that the industry could do very quickly, which sends a signal that they want to attract but also retain. We're losing a lot of women in the retention phase. They retain that talent and they support their trajectories and their choices by delivering a more level playing field.
And also not just creating policies, but actually ensuring that
participation rates in parental leave. So the consultant should be asking, what's your paternity leave participation rate? How many men are taking more than 2 weeks when they have a new child? Because then anybody of a certain age becomes an operation resilience risk. And so then you think about it as a business and assuming that a diverse workforce is a proxy for cultural excellence, which by extension is operational excellence, then you create a much more egalitarian industry.